Hey everyone, it's James at geometricharts.com. It's about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, April 12th. The 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. So first of all, I just got to say that the video is not investment advice. And then basically not much has changed since Wednesday's analysis. So it's just going to be a kind of a short video. But I do think that we're just going to chop more sideways than anything. I think if Bitcoin can hold this range, maybe as low as about like, I don't know, maybe like 4,700 or so on Bitfinex, like somewhere like right around that range. I think that Bitcoin may try to hold this zone and maybe try to base out and create another move in the future, depending on what happens this weekend. But so far, it looks like just more consolidation. And again, I do think that if we can hold the zone and not give back 100% of this move like we've done in the past multiple times, we could produce a little bit bigger of a move in Bitcoin, like some of the altcoins have done as well. Again, during this move, I don't think it's anything more than just a relief rally for the time being. There's obviously a lot of strength, obviously a lot of money coming into the market. Well, so the money flow shows. You know, there's a lot of speculation about how true those numbers really are, but I just think, like, from the perspective of the flow of money coming in and out of the market, it looks like we may just be in store for a kind of a bigger relief rally from where we're currently at. But I cannot stress enough caution to anyone in this market that when this market does correct, it's going to be violent and it's more than likely going to catch a lot of people off guard. So I'll leave it like that. But at the end of the day, I think that it's just more of a relief rally to relieve a lot of the selling wall that we had back in here from 6,000, potentially something like this, and then down we go. Now, that corrective move, like I've said in my other videos, is that if we can correct and we're not losing a lot of ground, like giving back 100% of the move or more, then I think we could potentially be establishing kind of like a bottom for this market. And again, I don't think it's a bottom to like a parabolic run like you got a lot of people on social media and stuff saying, because they're obviously just trying to attract views and so forth. But more than likely, if this asset is going to bottom, and cryptocurrency just in general is creating a bottom, like globally, then I think it's going to look probably something like this, and then movement upward. And yeah, there's going to be some big runs, and there's going to be some big corrections along the way. But the point is that I think it's going to be more elongated, meaning more time on the spectrum. It's going to be more movement to the right than more movement to the right versus more movement upward. So obviously we'll be in an uptrend, but I do think it'll be a slow grind and more of the normalization phase of what happens in a market after the bubble. And I've talked about like the dot-com bubble, when the market basically collapsed out and then it had to rebuild itself. It took about 15 years of time. I'm not saying it's going to take 15 years of time, but it's just something relatable to what happens after the market hits a level of insanity. And the most mind-blowing part about all of this too is that I feel like a large majority of that insanity is still in the market, because you can see during every rally all the parabolic charts out there like there's no tomorrow. And the only thing I can liken that to is like when gold would dump out, right? And gold goes through just a regular ebb and flow of ups and downs like any other market out there, bull, bear, blah, blah, blah. And the point is that like when I've invested in gold, and I still kind of do every now and then, but I pretty much given that thing up. But anyways, the point is that during those drops in gold, it was like the world was coming to an end for anyone in that sector. And it was very rare that anyone would even talk positive about the sector when it was undergoing the sell-offs. Now, when Bitcoin and cryptocurrency just across the board, when the market dives out, there's still people pounding the drum that this is the fastest way to get rich, and you will literally have so many fancy cars and homes across the globe, you'll never know what to do with them. That level of insanity still exists in this market during every single drop. And typically these drops knock that craziness out, but apparently it's still very rampant in this market. And you can even see it on some of my videos where I've talked about like some of the drops, and everyone just talks about like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's going to the moon. It's going to be over 20,000 by the end of 2018. Clearly we saw how that happened. Again, like I'm not here to like stroke my ego or anything. Just the point is that normally what happens during these massive sell-offs is the market quickly changes, and it typically stays in that mindset. Yes, things got fairly bearish once Bitcoin dropped off the cliff from 6,000, but nowhere, especially if you're a seasoned trader, nowhere even close to the bearishness that you see in commodities, in just the stock market, for example. When the stock market was taking a dip back in a bigger corrective move, if you will, back in 2018 toward the tail end, everyone thought it was the end of the world. And, you know, I was trading with my subs, and I was telling them that, hey, there's going to be a big retracement that's going to happen after this corrective move. And we were able to take advantage of that, and it made a monster corrective move. It still is. It's almost back to all-time new highs. I don't think the stock market's going to be able to sustain it, but the point is that that drop got everyone so bearish that people are still bearish, and people are still questioning on whether we're going to have a bear market or not. So the point is that I think a lot of people that watch these videos, like there's a small niche maybe of traders that are watching these videos, and they feel like maybe their little area or their close group of friends, or you know, individuals they talk to on forums, maybe that got bearish. But when you see crazy figures still coming out, like 740,000 Bitcoin, that's my favorite one. I think that one's going to stick with me forever. But when I see that crap coming out, when the market's just doing this, it's like, okay, insanity's still there, right? That'd be like the equivalent of saying that gold's going to go to like 400,000 by next year. And clearly anyone who's traded gold knows that that's a lunatic, you know, talking. And I don't mean to make fun of that person, but the point is that that insanity typically gets washed out. Had you just earlier in the year said the stock market would be reaching all-time highs by now, everyone would have looked at you like you were a fool. But when these people start beating the war drum at 740,000 and all these other crazy numbers, there's a monstrous group of people. You can see it on the YouTube videos. You can see it on the Twitter posts. There are a lot of people gobbling this stuff up as in it's like the second coming, and this is guaranteed to make you insanely wealthy beyond anything you could ever imagine. And I just feel like there's going to be more of a washout, and that's either going to happen in more of an aggressive move down or more of a horizontal price movement. And I definitely think it looks like it's going to be more horizontal with stair-stepping downward potentially, depending on how this corrective move goes underway in the future. So that's it. I didn't mean to talk for so long, but I just kind of want to like get all that out there. I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you do like the content, you like the information, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow, and then I will do another video come Monday. But I just imagine we're just going to kind of chop through the weekend like we do most weekends.